Welcome to Tuesday Night. Here we go. 2 games left before postseason action. Let's take a look at the possible field. You look at Mexico City. They're currently in 4th place. A solid spot to be in. Late in the year.
Right now from Mexico City, they've stayed within arm's length of the conference leaders. That in itself is an accomplishment at this point in the season.
Yeah, even so, though, I'm sure they're not satisfied just being near the top of the standings. They're going to be looking to make a major push as the season winds down.
So let's take a look at the starters for Toronto. Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Then it's Grady Dick. Then it's Brandon Ingram. And for Mexico City, we've got George. And it's Smooth in at the 1. That's to Dick. And there's a 3-second violation. We should see some great ball movement with these 2 teams, Grant. Fantastic group of passers on each side.
They're just so unselfish. They play for one another. You can see how it keeps the whole team involved. And I'll tell you what, I just love watching teams that can pass like this.
Here's Smooth, and he drives in. Here's B-Train, kicks it to George. Nails it from 3.
Don't want to let him get into a rhythm from out there.
First quarter of play, a minute in. It's Barnes on the wing. And the layup is good off the glass.
We know Scotty Barnes will embrace the physicality. That score is about concentration.
Smooth, pass to B-Train. Here's Whitehead. Pass to Freeman Liberty. George with it. Fires for 3. No good that time. Right side Dick. Now Barnes. From behind the arc. Dick gets the bucket.
And I love Dick's aggressive mindset. I mean, this is how lethal he can be catching and firing.
Mexico City has gone 1 of 2 from 3-point land so far. And around 2 minutes played here in the first quarter. Smooth shot is good.
Well, efficiency is everything, right? So far in this one, this guy has been on the money.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
I caught up with Mexico City's head coach, and he had nothing but praise for Scotty Barnes on the other side. He said Barnes poses so many problems because of his versatility. He can play multiple positions. He's unselfish. He's got great speed for his size. He had a lot of good things to say. Clearly, Barnes has a big fan here.
And Allie, thanks. Here is Freeman Liberty, a dependable player on offense, giving them over 13 a game. Smooth, no good.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
You can see the confidence in that jumper building and building for Scotty Barnes.
Now a timeout called by Mexico City. Last time they met in Toronto, where they beat the Raptors.
Yeah, they barely got by this team in the last meeting. Rebounding was the big factor.
When one of these guys gets to the line, you can chalk up the points. Here are your top free throw shooters over the past month. You take a look at Dick. You want to avoid fouling this guy. He's 4th in the league in free throw percentage.
And over this stretch, his foul shooting has been exceptional. You could tell he was enjoying every single trip to the line.
Now here's George. In the game against Philadelphia, very impressive. Uses the glass to finish the layup. George has got 5 points.
Just owning the painted area. If it's working, no need to change.
Here's Barnes. Pass to Ingram. From 11 feet away. Mexico City with a rebound. Coming off that win against the Sixers.
Yeah, what was really impressive was they stayed patient. The shot selection was excellent, and you see the result.
Well, typically, Greg, great decision-making leads to great shooting percentages. I thought that team played a very smart game.
George's shot is off.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
The shot by Ingram, no good.
Well, if the defense gives him that shot next time, they could get burned. I think he's just a little bit out of rhythm.
And this kind of selflessness is great to see. Textbook positioning to draw the charge.
Barnes with it. You know, his impact on offense has been terrific, scoring just around 20 points a game. Hey, expanding his range. And again, no good by Toronto. For Mexico City, they've gone 4 of 8 and looking in control. Smooth. And there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It's going to be on Brandon Ingram.
I like that. I mean, some physical play inside. He's not about to give up any easy baskets.
And that's good as he hits both shots.
This is what makes him a challenge to stop. He will beat you from the floor, and he can also beat you from the line.
The 3 ball. Betray clears it away. Betray's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Buries it down low.
Well, you get exactly what you want right there. Clean look, right at the cup. Nicely done.
And Barnes has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. 6-point game. Picked by Pirtle. And the regular season is almost over, Doris. What are you honed in on tonight?
I think, whether we're talking about pre-All-Star break where things can get a little wonky or maybe the start of the season, to me, the best teams, regardless of the time of the year it is, they are focused on staying true to their habits and remaining competitively tough. Because I don't care if you're playing guys outside the rotation that are normal, those guys have got to bring great effort. The standard should be met nightly regardless of the circumstance.
Here's Smooth. He has 6. Another shot. And he lays it in.
They're finding ways to get the ball into the paint. 5 consecutive buckets.
Raptors trail by 6. And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. And we might see some changes. Coach potentially looking to adjust. All right, a chance to check out stats for him.
And during the last 5 games, he's been a force on the boards, really throwing his body at rebounds and trying to grab as many as he can. And that kind of effort has been noticed by his coaches and teammates.
Now here's Pirtle. Yet to see a basket. Really left him alone that time.
Yeah, the fluid shooting motion of Ingram makes him a real threat to knock down these corner triples.
Pass to Whitehead. Here's Betray. Freeman Liberty. And he can't answer back. The 3-pointer offline. Raptors trail by 3. It's Barnes on the wing. He's got 6. Dick with a miss. For Mexico City, they've got half their attempts to go. 6 of 12. Has to Smooth. Kicks it to George. Fires from deep. Nails it from beyond the arc. George has got 8 points.
You know, we talk all the time about how important it is to have bigs who can stretch the floor. An example there.
Outside Dick. Barnes passes to Dick. Picked by Pirtle. 3-pointer. Mexico City with a rebound. George has got 4 rebounds now. Whitehead passes to Betray. And down it goes. Dunked it through off a beautiful setup.
Woo! Defensively. You can't afford to let him get to the rim that easily.
Well, that might be why their deficit is what it is right now.
I'll tell you, you can't get stops if you're unwilling to put in the work.
Barnes a screen. Back to Dick. Pass to Ingram. Clock at 6. And again, Toronto, no good.
He's looking pretty unsettled at the moment. Doesn't seem like he has a great feel for his shot.
Here's Smooth. Covered by Ingram. Smooth. Pass to George. It's stolen by Pirtle. Outside Ingram. Here's Barnes. B-Train clears it away.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
Right, he stays connected, and great timing on the contest.
A chance to push it to double digits. But it's off the mark.
They're playing with a lot of energy tonight. We can see that in their dominance on the glass.
Picked by Pirtle. For three. Barnes, it's good. Barnes has gotten his third basket of the night.
Yeah, this period, they're letting him go to work, and it's paying off.
Now a timeout called by Mexico City.
I don't think this timeout is just to give the guys a breather. Coach is looking to switch things up.
And as you know, it's what comes after that gives you some sense of what has changed.
A big group substitution here for Toronto. Here's Irving, averaging around 5 points a game. Mills, the pass to Bates. Here's Carr. Here's Bates. Pass to Carr. Just 5 to shoot. The three is up. Smith with the rebound.
Yeah, no, he usually makes you pay from that range.
Here's Walter. 14 points for him last game against Chicago. Outside Barrett. The three is up. Here's Olenek. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed. And now just a three-point Mexico City lead. Pass to Carr. Here's Bates. From outside the arc. Gets the three to fall.
Well, he showed right there. This guy's capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Here's Walter. No points yet. Picked by Smith. For three, Barrett. And the Raptors, another three.
Wow, the answer from R.J. Barrett. That three-point big-time delivery.
They set the screen. Back to Irving. Here's Dick. He gets it in there. Dick's got 5.
That's just perfect execution. Nice job hustling, and as a result, he gets rewarded with the bucket.
You don't give the defense any chance to set up. Sometimes you just love an easy look.
Now here's Irving. Pass to Carr. Now here's Irving. This one for three. Carr can't get it to go.
Already +5 in terms of rebound margin. It'll be a turn.
Just 2 games before the playoffs get going. Let's see how the field might look. You take a look at the Raptors, holding down the 6th spot right now in the middle of this conference.
Well, for the Raptors, you have to acknowledge that they've really hung tough this season, avoiding a lot of the bumps in the road that other contenders have gone through.
The resiliency has been crucial for this team. Anytime it looks like they may start to drag a little bit, they've picked it back up and stayed in the hunt.
Now here's Irving. Here's James. And once again, off the mark, Mexico City. And Barrett has got the ball here for the Raptors. They trail by 1. Well, they put up a nice win against Chicago last time out.
And that one, the other team could not keep up with them offensively. They were prolific.
Well, let's give some credit to the coaching staff as well, recognizing the weaknesses in that defense and going after each one of them.
And here's Mexico City now. Toronto making their last shot. Pass to Bates. 46 seconds left to play in the first. Launches it. He buries it from 3. Bates has got his second basket.
Well, that's a case where your teammates are showing trust in you, and he comes through with flying colors.
Now here's Barrett. He's got 5. Back to Ingram. Lets it go from deep. And Mills pulls it down.
He's lost his rhythm completely this quarter, but he's determined to stay after it.
Pass to Irving. For three, James. And that's not gonna go. And at the end of one, a closely contested game. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even on the scoreboard so far. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for Mexico City.
They've been really going at the defense in the painted area, and so far the opposition really hasn't had an answer for them.
Yeah, what an excellent display of passing in the early stages of this game. A good deal of their points coming directly off quality passes.
We've got George, and it's Smooth in at the one spot. After a trade to New Orleans back in 2019, Brandon Ingram has become a primary scorer, Grant.
Yeah, he scored well over 20 points per game since leaving the Lakers. B.I. has the rare blend of length and shooting, and beyond scoring, Ingram's assist numbers are very impressive too.
And for the Raptors, they've got Walter, Smith out there with Brandon Ingram. Then it's R.J. Barrett, and it's Lawson in at the two. Now here's Barrett. He picked up 21 points in their last win against Chicago.
Well, you also have to credit the way he controlled the pace of the game and was able to create for his teammates.
Man, the defender really went after him.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And Grant, we know the importance of the veteran leaders on a team, but not every vet wants to accept a mentorship role.
Very true, B.A. In your later years, that role becomes a blend of playing and kind of coaching. Not everyone is cut out for that.
Here's Whitehead. He's coming off a 10-point game against Philadelphia. Here's Smooth. Oh, and makes it with the kiss. Smooth's got 8.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
Pass to Barrett. And the officials will call the illegal screen here.
One of the trickier plays to judge, but it would be hard to argue against the call.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
Here's Smooth. A 26-point game for him in the win against Philadelphia.
And he didn't just put up big points. He beat everyone to the boards.
Whitehead kept alive. That one no good. Toronto trailing. And let's send it over to Allie LaForce.
The Raptors are still developing. Coach Darko Rajakovic said, we're focusing on offensive execution and player development. It's about what we need to do night in and night out, regardless of the opponent. As we grow, we'll teach more schemes for opponent preparation. EA step by step.
Yeah, it's a process, Allie. Thank you. That one's no good.
Boy, that's not the result I would have predicted. Usually you can take those to the bank when he's at the line.
And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
It will be a re-jump.
Ingram deciding where to go with it. Pass to Barrett. Tries again. And he drops it in from the low post. Barrett's got 4 points this quarter.
Well, despite pretty good contest on the interior, R.J. Barrett doesn't back down and makes it look easy.
George outside. Here's Whitehead from outside the arc. Sends it home from three-point land. Whitehead's got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. Outside Ingram. Pass to Barrett.
2 fouls already on him. That is not the way to get your minutes per game up.
Second team foul.
Here's Walter. He's scoreless. Count it. 1 for 1 to start the game.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Now a timeout called by Mexico City. And the players take this opportunity to get some Gatorade. Getting some fluids in you is so important during these timeouts. Get fresh, keep those batteries charged.
Yeah, without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a ball game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have to be hydrated. His hang time on the rim puts a sweet cherry on top, B.A.
It's a close game, and those displays of explosiveness can jumpstart a team. Now here's Ingram. We saw him with 19 his last time out. Just 5 on the clock. He shoots it. And it's Toronto with another.
And with a little extra arc on his shot, Ingram rarely has to worry about getting blocked.
George is screen on Ingram. Smooth pass to B-Trade. Off target with the 3. For Toronto, they've gone a terrific 4 of 5 here in the second quarter. Pass to Barrett. And there's the lob. Picked it out of midair. Here is Freeman Liberty, covered by Smith. Here's B-Trade. George outside. Shot clock at 6. Buries it from 3. Smooth's got 13.
Well, if you offer no resistance defensively, he's going to knock down the 3. It's really that simple, guys.
Pass to Barrett. Launches a 3. Gets the 3 ball to go.
I love the back and forth. Barrett, I mean, he enjoys this kind of competition.
Here's Smooth. Back to George. Tried to come right back with a 3 of his own, but it's no good. Now here's Barrett. From deep. Second chance effort. And the foul on the shot. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line. Toronto shooting their 5th and 6th free throw attempts tonight. That one's off. James is checked in for Whitehead. And the Raptors making a change here. And it's tied up with that one. And here's Mexico City now. George outside. Pass to Freeman Liberty. The 3 is up. Rebound Toronto.
Surprising to see him miss here, but they'll be happy with that shot most possessions.
Ingram, the pass to Dick. It's Barnes on the wing. 6 to shoot. Smith with it. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. And this is his second trip to the line tonight. And the free throw is good. Now leading by 1. That one misses, so he goes 1 for 2. For Mexico City, they've gone 5 of 10 in the second quarter. There's the block. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Smith. Jakob Poeltl, he's checked in for Smith.
Number 19, Jakob Poeltl.
Raptors on D. Down low. B-Trade. That's his 3rd basket in 5 shots. Solid work.
Well, defensively, to me, you've got to do a better job communicating once the screen comes.
Pass to Poeltl. Now Barnes. 5 to shoot. The 3. Unable to get that one. Mexico City has gone 2 of 6 from distance here in the second quarter. They get it back. Here's George. And that one goes in as he's fouled. It'll be 3 points if he converts the free throw. Bates is checked in for Mexico City. Whitehead comes in for James. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. Raptors trail by 4. Here's Barnes. 9 points in the game. Time again. And it's Whitehead with a rebound.
Never easy to stop this guy at the rim, but that is a beautiful contest right there.
Here's Smooth. Covered by Ingram. Here's Freeman Liberty. Sinks it from distance. Freeman Liberty's got 7 points in the game.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Outside Ingram, picked by Poeltl. And again, no good by Toronto. Mexico City leading by 7. Pass to Smooth. There's the drive, and he jams it home with authority.
And adding to this lead right now, riding a wave of momentum.
Well, Well, if you continue to execute at both ends, you can build on this lead.
And timeout called by Darko Rajakovic. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. R.J. Barrett, he's checked in for Toronto. Now Pirtle hasn't gotten one to fall yet. Outside Barnes. Picked by Pirtle. Clock at 6. To win the run. Barnes, and that's good. 12 points for him.
This isn't the focus of Scotty Barnes' game, but you wonder how proficient he becomes from deep.
Here's Smooth. Here's Betrayed. Rebound by the Raptors.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
And he lobs it up top.
Woo! I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized. Defense pays. Outside Barnes. Picked by Pirtle. Barrett passes to Pirtle. The layup off target. Mexico City leading by 8. Pass to James. Here's Smooth. And there's a pick. The 3 is up. They get it back. Here's Betrayed. Oh, he powers right through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul, too. And he'll go to the line. That one on Barnes. Mexico City shooting their 6th attempt at the charity stripe in the game.
I love it. In attack mode. Drawing foul calls this quarter and getting to the free throw line.
It's Barnes on the wing. Soft touch off the glass. Barnes has got 14 points.
Well, you can see how dominant Scotty Barnes is capable of being. This guy is so aggressive right now.
To the inside. It's stolen by Pirtle. Barnes passes to Dick. He puts up a 3. Mexico City with a rebound. Georgia's got rebound number 5 here tonight.
Nice rebound. Trying to match the other team's intensity right now. That close in against a way shorter defender, you could just put up 2.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
Left side Barrett. And a missed layup. And Mexico City with possession. They're on a 16-5 run. And the foul called on R.J. Barrett. That'll be a second foul of the game.
4th team foul. Substitution on the court.
And there's a minute 45 left in the first half of basketball. Pass to Bates. Shot clock at 5. Here's Carr. On target from range. Carr's gotten himself going with a triple. His first basket of the game. Dick with it. A minute 15 left in the second quarter. Pirtle with a screen on Irving. The Raptors need to get off a shot. Pirtle with the bucket.
And off the jump, they were effective from deep. I don't know why they haven't continued to fire from out there.
James outside. Back to Irving. James finds Irving. Fader on the way. And that one comes up a bit short.
And I don't understand. Why is he going to the fadeaway? Just go straight up with it.
Barrett passes to Barnes. Back to Barrett from behind the arc. Mexico City with a rebound.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Bates. Give him 8. The 15-footer. Irving, no good. Pass to Dick. Over James. Oh, he got it up in time, but it wouldn't fall for him. And so it's Mexico City closing out the quarter ahead by 11 points. They've been very effective from the three-point line. That's the key for them so far. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this.
And hello, everyone.
One of the best ways to control the game, take care of the boards. Don't give up second chance points.
And at the offensive end.
All right, guys, time to see what the... Thanks for joining us. Time to...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. 11-point game. When this game is done, they'll be off to New Orleans as they take on the Pelicans. It's the second game of 3 on the road. We've got George, and it's Smooth in at point guard.
Look at how smooth Ingram's shot is. Hard off the pass, he puts up a silky jumper.
And for Toronto, Barnes and Pirtle down low at the 4 and 5. Then it's Brandon Ingram. Then there's Dick. George outside. It's stolen by Barnes. On the wing, Grady Dick. Outside Ingram. Barnes a screen. And a miss there on the triple. Mexico City leading by 8. Whitehead passes to Smooth. George a screen on Ingram. Here's Smooth. Goes back up. And the layup is good. B-Train's got 10 points in the game.
They really have a commanding lead, not just in points, but in rebounds as well.
Outside Barnes. Jacks up with 3. Hits the three-pointer. Give him 8.
I'll tell you, Grady Dick can shoot for days. I mean, his confidence from beyond the arc is really incredible.
George passes to Smooth. Out of bounds. It'll be Toronto's ball.
Goes to Toronto.
And now it's time to look at the teams that have really impressed shooting from the field during the last 10 games.
Boy, they've been hot. You love to see this kind of offensive execution.
Raptors trail by 7. Outside Dick. Outside Ingram. And play stops. A whistle there on what looks like an illegal screen.
The screener was leaning a bit right there. His feet may not have been planted. Pretty obvious call by the officials.
You know, he's just leaning a little bit. You try to get away with it, but boy, the official all over it.
Here's Smooth. 17 points in the game. Has to be Trey. Lets it go. Rebound Toronto. And here's Barnes. The 3 ball. B-Trade clears it away. B-Trade to the middle. Here's Freeman Liberty. Rejected by Barnes.
Send it back, Scotty Barnes. Show off that defensive acumen.
Well, we're into the third quarter. Just over 2.5 minutes played. Pass to Pirtle. 6 on the shot clock. Dick gets the bucket. Dick's got 5 points now this quarter.
Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
Smooth. Pass to George. Here's Whitehead. Here's Freeman Liberty. Drills it from deep. Freeman Liberty's got 10.
Gotta fight harder to get over those screens.
You know, we see this all the time. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Barnes. And off the front iron, and in it goes.
How about Scotty Barnes showing off his IQ and pick and roll? Does a nice job finding his teammate.
Mexico City leading by 6. Pass to Whitehead. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. George, no good.
He is too good a shooter, guys, to be left open like that. The defense just dodged a bullet there.
Barnes with it. He's got 16. Down low. And the dunk by Pirtle.
I'm not sure which was better, Pirtle's screen or his finish, but either way, nice execution in the roll.
For Mexico City, they've got just 2 of 6 in the second half. It's stolen by Pirtle. Outside Barnes. They set the pick. Here's the 3. Oh, that bucket gives him his 7th field goal in 12 tries.
Terrific energy at both ends to sustain this run.
They found their composure on both ends of the floor, and that is what triggered this run.
Now here's George. He's got 11. It's stolen by Pirtle. A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Guys, Scotty Barnes said, my game starts on the defensive end, guarding anybody and taking pride in it. That leads to great offensive transition and just leads me to stay on lockdown throughout the game. Right?
And Allie, for all his offensive gifts, that focus on defense is what makes him special. Here's Smooth. 17 points in the game. George, a screen on Ingram. Oh, there's the alley! Inside for the lead. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
First personal foul.
A natural scorer. Every single year, Ingram seems to take another leap in this game.
And let's take a moment here to get your take, guys, on the scoring so far for Mexico City.
What stood out to me was their passing. They moved the ball effortlessly and have been able to find those holes in the defense.
Something else that they've had working for them is attacking the offensive glass. Boy, taking advantage and creating second chance points. Impressive.
Here's B-Train. He's got 10. Kicks it to George. Pass to Smooth. Shot clock at 6. And once again, off the mark, Mexico City. For Toronto, they've gone 6 for 9 in the half. Now here's Dick. Outside Barrett. To the inside. Outside Dick from the arc. B-Train clears it away.
And you never want to give a shooter like him a clean look.
Out of bounds, the Raptors will take it.
The ball goes to Toronto.
Here's Toronto with the ball. They're on a 17-5 run. Now here's Barrett. He's got 12. Picked by Pirtle. And that one is hammered home.
Well, it's all about how do you get the best players on your team, the shots they want in the offense. Put RJ in pick and roll and let him go to work.
Now here's George. He's got 11. To the paint. Here's Smooth. Yes, and it's George picking up the assist. Smooth's got 19 points.
That pass had to be thrown not only in the right spot, but at the right time.
Left side Barrett. The baseline J is off the mark.
That's the shot they wanted. It just didn't fall.
I think expect them to go back to it because that's the kind of shot this offense is designed to generate.
Right side Ingram. Pass to Pirtle. Outside Dick. Five to shoot. Outside Ingram. This one for 3. It falls. 5 for 11 in the game.
Developing a more compact motion on his shot has improved Ingram's consistency from range.
Here's Whitehead. It's George on the wing. 3-pointer. Ooh, give him his 5th make of the game in 10 attempts.
Both teams are starting to find a rhythm here.
And this is partly what the game has become, right? A matter of dueling 3-point opportunities.
Left side Ingram. Good. He's 6 for 12 from the floor.
I'll tell you, this lead's not going anywhere with this guy making plays. What a quarter.
George is screen on Ingram. Going inside. Has to be trade for the tie. Ooh, another basket for him. He's 6 of 11 now. And Ingram has got the ball here for the Toronto Raptors. From deep. Mexico City with a rebound. 13 points was their biggest lead of the game. Here's Whitehead using his post moves to get the 2 points. Whitehead's got 5 points.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
Barrett passes to Pirtle. On the wing, Grady Dick. And here's Ingram outside. Ingram can't get that one to fall. Mexico City has got 3 of 6 threes to fall in the third quarter. Smooth pass to Whitehead. Here's Betray. Puts it up from 12. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 6th rebound on the night. Pass to Dick. Back to Ingram. Here's the pick. Hey, from beyond the arc. Mexico City with a rebound. Freeman Liberty's got 4 rebounds in the game. Here's Whitehead. He's got 5. 3-pointer. Offensive rebound. Boom! He jams it straight down.
And when the game is this close, you have to go all out.
He certainly understands his role, huh? When the shot goes up, just crashes the offensive glass.
And that's so demoralizing to your opponent. To play great defense and have the possession end that way, that's tough to take.
Now here's Ingram. 17 points in the game. Just 5 on the clock. Stop the drought. Mexico City with a rebound. George has got his 6th rebound on the night. Here is Freeman Liberty, guarded by Barrett. George outside. Pass to Whitehead. Here is Freeman Liberty. Here's Smooth. 19 points in the game. George for 3. Pirtle grabs a miss. Pirtle's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one. Now Ingram. Picked by Pirtle. Here's an 8-footer, and that one's good. Ingram's got 12 points in just the second half.
Well, they're still losing, but it's not because of him. He's been lights out this quarter.
Here's Smooth. Impressive numbers he's putting up, averaging just over 28 points a game. Pass to Betray. He tries for 3. No good there. Toronto trailing. George defending. Kicks it out to Barrett. There's 25 seconds left in the third quarter. Picked by Pirtle. No good. That would have tied it. Mexico City shooting at a 48% clip from the floor. Offensive rebound. Pass to George. Here is Freeman Liberty. Here's Smooth. Shot is good. Off the back rim and in. Smooth's got 21. And we've watched 3 so far in this one. Mexico City ahead. Up by 4. And we're coming. And it's time to bring up the State Farm assist of the game.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, this is exactly what you're looking for from your point guard. Survey the floor, serve it up on time and on target.
3 tense quarters behind us. 1 more to go. Thanks for being with us as we get ready for the 4th. They've got James, and it's Smooth in at the point.
Defensively, you can't afford to get stuck on the pick.
You know exactly what that takes. It takes energy, it takes activity, it takes intensity.
Outside Ingram. Got a hand on it. They get it back. Pulls in another board. And he hauls in his 20th rebound.
Oh, just dominating the glass.
Snatched up for 3. Whitehead, shot is good.
Wow, you don't see him left alone very often. And of course, he makes good use of it.
Raptors trail by 9. And we played through about a minute here in the 4th. Here's Ingram. Arms length from the hoop. He knocks it down. Ingram's got 14 points now in the second half.
A tale of two halves. After a slow start, he's turning his offense around.
Smooth pass to Betray, and he slaps it in one-handed.
And adds a few more points to their lead, showing off some style.
Wow, that was prime time stuff right there. From the wing, Betray clears it away.
Part of why they have this lead, they're doing the little things out there.
Pass to Bates. James with the ball. Here's Bates. Here's Whitehead. There's a screen. Here's Smooth. Good on the 13-footer. And now it's an 11-point Mexico City lead.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Here's Ingram. Mexico City with a rebound. Fourth quarter of play. We're about 2.5 minutes through it now. Here's James. Off target with a fadeaway. Raptors trail by 11. Outside Ingram. And it's blocked. What a play as he just snatches the shot out of midair.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
Here's Smooth. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Smith.
Checking in for Toronto, number 15, Damian Bott.
Fourth quarter keeps moving along. 3 minutes gone by now. Here's Bates. And once again, off the mark, Mexico City. Raptors trail by 11. Outside Barrett. Pass to Ingram. Down to 5 on the shot clock. To stop the drought. And the Raptors miss again.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
Whitehead passes to Smooth. And he lobs it up.
I just love that alley-oop slam, B.A.
Defense disorganized, defense pays. And so it's Ingram with it. He brings it up for the Raptors. Trailing by 13. And Darko Rajakovic has called a timeout. He wants to make sure they're purposeful with the game plan. Time now to hear from our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to listen in on what Darko Rajakovic was going over with his team, and it was a frustrated huddle. Coaches and players were angry about the turnovers, players trying to hold each other accountable. They are fed up with sloppy play. Let's see how they respond, guys.
And Allie, thank you for that. Pass to Walter. Lets the three fly. Nails it from 3.
And that's on the defense, giving him a decent look. That's his shot.
James outside. Here's Smooth. Fires the 3. No good.
Well, he hasn't proven to be much of a floor spacer for them. He had the 1-3, but that was back in the first half.
Ingram finds Smith. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
Yeah, nice fake by Ingram, setting the defender up to fail.
At the line for the Raptors, Brandon
First free throw is good. Some
52
changes for
shots.
Mexico City. George, he's checked in for James, and Freeman Liberty subbed in for Bates.
The way he's shooting free throws tonight, you simply don't want to put him there.
Smooth, pass to George. Pass to Betray. Kicks it to George. Hits the trifecta.
And you have to extend that defense. I mean, you really have to stay connected to him at all times.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel.
Here is Freeman Liberty. Pass to George. And it's good. 2 points. George has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, the coach loves this kind of ball movement. Anytime you create something inside the free throw line, you know it's a good look.
And we've seen some good free throw shooting in the second half.
Of course, with so many franchises, the star player has a lot of swing.
Well, to me, so much of this speaks to which star are we talking about. If you take someone like Stephen Curry, who historically has welcomed other stars to play alongside him, or has at moments in his career had to elevate young players who maybe have to play through some mistakes, he welcomes both. It depends on the star we're talking about.
For 3, George. That shot off.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Pass to Ingram. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. And the Raptors making a change here. Barnes is checked in. Here's Smooth. Here's Whitehead. Here is Freeman Liberty. For 3, George. The offensive rebound. Oh, a dunk and a foul! A powerhouse move. He's got a chance for one more at the line. That's on Jakob Poeltl. And here's Ingram. On the wing, Grady Dick. Outside Barnes. Poeltl in the post. Oh, he tries a 3. And again, Toronto, no good. Mexico City leading by 12. To the inside.
And even from where we're sitting, you could clearly tell it was a foul.
Second personal foul, second team foul. Back the line.
That's good from George.
Brent George. 2 shots.
And he makes both free throws. Here's Barnes. Pass to Poeltl. Outside Dick. Marked it down low that time. Got hit with the 3-second call.
Ooh, talk about a way to deflate the team.
Well, I think it kills your energy, and it certainly kills your momentum.
For Mexico City, they've gotten 8 of 15 during the fourth quarter. Here's Smooth. And he's going for the lob. Up high, and down it goes on the line.
Just flawless timing right there.
Right? The dish, the catch, the flush, the whole thing was perfect. Poeltl. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. From 12 feet, it's hauled in by the Raptors. Barnes has got his 4th rebound in this one. Pass to Ingram.
Mexico City foul. Brent George. Second personal foul. 4th team foul.
Outside Barnes. Clock at 6. They need this. Mexico City with a rebound. Smooth's got rebound number 8 now. There's a screen. Pass to George. He hits the back iron and sinks it. George has got 9 points now in the quarter.
Oh, nice feed. On time and on target.
Now Poeltl. Back to Barnes. There's the triple. B-Train clears it away. Mexico City leading by 18. Here is Freeman Liberty. Pass to B-Train. It's stolen by Poeltl. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. And so he's picked up his final foul, and he'll sit the rest of this one out. Bates is checked in for Mexico City, and that one falls for Pirtle.
If they want to come away with a victory, they just need to keep knocking down those free throws.
What you love about Jakob Pirtle is his reliability. You know he's going to give you rim protection and rebounds. The other part is he can play with his back to the basket. Somewhat of a lost skill.
Smooth pass to Bates. Here's Freeman Liberty. Gets the 3-ball to go.
He drops yet another dime, just facilitating this offense like a maestro.
Pass to Dick. Back to Barnes. Right side Ingram. Takes the 3. That one's good. And it's Barnes with the assist.
3 points.
Barnes has got 3 assists tonight.
This is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Well, that three-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
And he's going for the oop here. It's stolen by Pirtle.
2 minutes.
Shoots from the baseline. Dick gets the bucket.
And it's incredible how taking good risk on defense often leads to good looks at the other end.
That is quick defense to offense. These guys such terrific athletes. You can't let your guard down.
Mexico City making a switch here. Mills is checked in. Mexico City leading by 15. Pass to Freeman Liberty. Ooh, poked away. George against Barnes. Here is Freeman Liberty. George is screen on Ingram. Here's Smooth. George with it. And another dime for him.
That makes 15 assists.
He has been one step ahead of the defense all game long. Now Ingram. Inside. 1:24 left in the 4th quarter here. Smooth. Pass to Mills. Coaching is a difficult job. You think they're judged unfairly?
I do, PA. I think they go into any circumstance, and it's largely contingent on what is the strength of the organization. What's your ownership like? What is their commitment level to winning? What is your front office and the decision-making process like? But we all know this. Like, the coaches ultimately are the ones who are judged by wins and losses. They know that going in. How about Scotty Barnes, guys? The 4th pick in his draft class, a guy who proved from the outset he was going to be reliable, efficient, versatile, and a two-way player. Pretty impressive stuff.
Man, the defender really went after him.
And he makes the first.
That's one from Mexico City. Number 34.
And he can't hit the second. Toronto has gone 2 of 6 so far in the 4th. It's Pirtle high post. Pass to Dick. Picked by Pirtle. Fires the 3. Dick gets the bucket.
Well, Jakob Pirtle is an excellent passer for a big man. Just a really nuanced feel.
There's 31 seconds left to play in the 4th quarter of this one. Smooth, no good. Outside Ingram. From 13. And Mills pulls it down. Here's Smooth. Game, you have to feel like this crowd gave him a little extra edge.
Yeah, they really